we were dealing with the pros, the essence of democracy. By Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, jurist, economist, social reformer, and architect of Constitution of India. See here, the given text is an extract from B.R. Ambedkar's speech given at the Constituent Assembly of India held in New Delhi, November 26, 1949. The essay is about transformation of India from colony to a democratic independent country. The author looks at the importance of the constitution and its various intricate details. He studied various concerns that various parties have raised against the constitution and refutes them. He differentiates between the government at the center and the state government and puts forward his views about the idea of a nation. He refers to various authors from other former colonized countries and draws similarities between them. He looks at the peculiarities of India, its culture and traditions, and foretells issues that India might face. This is a classic speech which forms the manifesto of Indian unity and provides the basic solution to protect democracy. See here, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar delivered speech on 26 November 1949, and in the given speech it was before Constituent Assembly of India, where Dr. Ambedkar clarifies the Constitution of India speaks about democracy of India, where he speaks about peculiarities of India, where he speaks about culture and traditions in India. It was a classic speech where it provides manifesto of Indian unity and provides the basic solution to protect democracy. Because before 1947, India was ruled by Britishers for about 150 years or 200 years, 150 years. Before it, the number of kings, rulers, dynasties were in India, and in the rule of these people, that is the kings, rulers, there was no democracy. It was quite new for India in 1947 to be a democratic country, as India had its own constitution and it was offered to India on 26 November 1949. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar delivered a speech before Constituent Assembly of India. Here, this lesson, that is the essence of democracy, is also an extract of his speech, as the speech was a very long one, and as far as we have here the prose or a lesson where it's not possible to have the whole speech as a prose or as a lesson. So this one is an extract of his speech which he delivered before Constituent Assembly of India in 1949. As much defense as could be offered to the Constitution has been Constitution has been offered by my friends Sir Aladdi Krishnaswamy Iyer and Mr. T.T. Krishnamachari. I shall not therefore enter into the merits of the Constitution, because I feel, however good a Constitution may be, it is sure to turn out bad, because those who are called to work it happens to be a bad lot. However bad a Constitution may be, it may turn out to be good if those who are called to work it happens to be good lot. The working of the Constitution does not depend wholly upon the nature of the Constitution. The Constitution can provide only the organs of state, such as the legislature, the executive and judiciary, the factors on which the working of those organs of the state depends are the people and the political parties. They will set up as their instruments to carry out their wishes and their politics. Who can say how the people of India and their parties will behave? Will they uphold constitutional methods of achieving the purpose, or will they prefer revolutionary methods of achieving them? If they adopt the revolutionary methods, however good the Constitution may be, it requires no prophet to say that it will fail. It is therefore futile means useless, to pass any judgment upon the Constitution without reference to the part which the people and their parties are likely to play. Here, Dr. Ambedkar speaks about the Constitution as Krishnaswamy Iyer, T.T. Krishnamachari had already spoke about the Constitution, as it was a discussion in Constituent Assembly, and this Iyer and Krishnaswamy had already given their speech on the Constitution of India. Here, B.R. Ambedkar speaks that, or he says that it may be good or it may be bad. Depends on the situation. Depends on your view. Here, if you are following the democratic way, if you are following the Constitution of India, then the Constitution may and good or fruitful or useful for the society of India. On the contrary, if a group of the people adopted a revolutionary method, if a group of the people adopted a revolutionary method, they revolted against the constitution, they revolted against the rules and regulations, they revolted against the democracy. If they revolted against law and order, then in such condition the Constitution of India may not stand good for the society. Because so as to protect the Constitution of India, some directives are also given there. We have to go ethically. We have to adopt the directives. We have to adopt the principles given in the Constitution of India, which Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and his team drafted for us, drafted for the social welfare, drafted for the nation, and drafted for the long lasting democracy of India. Here, Dr. Ambedkar speaks about the revolutionary method. If the people adopt the revolutionary method, then the constitution may stand futile. The constitution may stand futile, useless. Here he speaks about the constitution, its importance, its usefulness, and the role of the people, how the people or how the citizen of the India takes it as the constitution of nation. See the next paragraph. The contention of the constitution largely comes from two quarters: the Communist Party and the Socialist Party. Why do they condemn the constitution? Is it because it is really a bad constitution? I venture to say no. The Communist Party wants the constitution based upon the principles of the dictatorship of proletariat. They condemn the constitution because it is based upon the parliamentary democracy. The Socialist Party wants two things. The first thing they want is that if they come in power, the constitution must give them freedom to nationalize or socialize all private property without payment or compensation. The second thing that the socialist wants is that the fundamental rights mentioned in the constitution must be absolute and without any limitations, so that if their party fails to come into power, they would have the unfettered freedom not merely to criticize but also to overthrow the state. These are the main grounds on which the constitution is being condemned. Here see the another point, that the two parties in India in those days Communist and Socialist, these two parties condemned the constitution because the constitution was based upon democracy, and these two parties believe in communism and socialist view. Here, the Communist Party believes in dictatorship, and this party, that is the socialist, wants to nationalize all the private properties. Here, the principles of these two political parties were quite different from the constitution framed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in 1949. See here, socialists want is that the fundamental rights mentioned in the constitution must be absolute and without any limitation, so that if their parties fails to come into power, they would have the unfettered freedom not merely to criticize but also to overthrow the state. See here, these two parties condemn the constitution. At the same time, they speak about the freedom for their political party. This party believes in dictatorship because it was a part of the principles of their political parties. This one is the introductory part of our lesson, that is the essence of democracy. With this, I conclude today's lecture. In the next lecture, we will continue the same lesson. Thank you. Good day.